What's the first treat that comes to mind when you think of a celebration? Be it a birthday, Valentine's Day, Easter, or any other special occasion. Chocolate, of course. Whether it's a little gift or the star of a big event, chocolate always knows how to make any moment extra sweet. From a simple chocolate bar to a rich chocolate cake, it's the go-to indulgence for almost everyone. In fact, did you know that over 80% of people enjoy chocolate every year? But have you ever wondered how that delicious chocolate gets from a small cocoa bean to the cake you enjoy on your birthday? It's more than just magic. It's a fascinating journey. Let's uncover the secrets behind this sweet treat. Curious to know how it's made? Stick around as we walk you through each step of the chocolate making process. If you're enjoying this, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more sweet stories. Step 1. Cultivation of cocoa trees. The journey of chocolate begins with growing cocoa trees. These special trees grow best in warm, tropical places. Most of the world's cocoa comes from West Africa, about 70%. Cocoa trees are a bit picky. They need just the right weather to stay healthy. They like warm temperatures around 25 dec, lots of moisture in the air, and plenty of rain, about 1,800 millimeters each year. They also prefer a shady spot to grow. When all these things are just right, the cocoa tree starts to grow big, colorful pods. And inside those pods, that's where the chocolate magic begins. Step 2. Harvesting the cocoa pods. When the cocoa pods are fully grown, it's time to pick them. But this step needs to be done very carefully. The trees are delicate, and if they're not treated gently, they might stop growing more pods. So harvesters use special tools like machetes, picaroons, or shears to carefully cut the pods from the tree. They make sure not to hurt the tree while doing it. With the right care, the tree can keep growing more pods again and again. It's all about being gentle and respectful to the tree that gives us chocolate. Step 3. Extracting the cocoa beans. After the pods are picked, the next job is to take out the cocoa beans inside. This step takes some effort and care. When you open a cocoa pod, you'll see a bunch of beans covered in white, sticky pulp. That pulp needs to be removed gently. People usually use a machete or a wooden club to crack open the pods. Inside, each pod holds about 20 to 40 beans. Once the beans are out, they are sorted carefully. Only the best ones are chosen to move on to the next step. These beans are the start of the chocolate you love. Step 4. Fermentation. The key to flavor. Now it's time for one of the most important steps. Fermentation. This is where the magic starts to happen. The cocoa beans are either spread out on the ground or placed in big wooden boxes. Then they are covered with banana leaves to help them stay warm and ferment properly. Fermentation happens in two parts. First, the beans go through something called ethanol fermentation. Then comes the second part, which is acetic acid fermentation. These big words just mean that the beans start to change from the inside, and this is how they begin to develop that amazing chocolate smell and taste. Air is also really important in this step. The right amount of oxygen helps bring out the best flavor. Without fermentation, the beans wouldn't taste like chocolate at all, just bitter and bland. So this step is super important for the yummy chocolate we all love. Step 5. Drying the cocoa beans. After the beans are done fermenting, the next big step is drying them. This part is very important because it keeps the beans from going bad later. Wet beans can spoil easily, so we need to take out most of the water. The goal is to make sure the beans have less than 7% moisture. The most common and natural way to dry cocoa beans is by using the sun. Farmers spread the beans out on big mats or trays and leave them under the sun for several days. During this time, they often turn the beans by hand so they dry evenly. Drying also helps stop the fermentation process. If the beans don't dry properly, they might start fermenting again during storage or while being shipped to chocolate factories around the world. So, this simple sun-drying step is super important for keeping the beans safe and ready for the next stage. Step 6. Bagging and shipping the cocoa beans. Once the cocoa beans are fully dry, it's time to check them carefully. Workers look closely to make sure there are no bad beans, dirt, or any other unwanted stuff mixed in. This step is very important to make sure only clean, good quality beans move forward. After this careful inspection, the beans are packed into big bags. These bags are then sent to chocolate factories in different parts of the world. This is where the real magic begins, turning simple cocoa beans into the sweet, creamy chocolate we all love. The journey is just getting started. Step 7. Cleaning the cocoa beans. Even after the farmers clean the cocoa beans at the farm, the beans still need extra cleaning at the chocolate factory. Sometimes tiny stones, twigs, or bits of dirt are still stuck to them. To make sure the beans are super clean, they are placed on a moving belt called a conveyor belt. As they move along, machines remove anything that shouldn't be there. Once they're clean, the beans are put into a large, rotating drum and gently heated. This heat helps to loosen their hard outer shells, making it easier to get to the tasty part inside. This step gets us one step closer to delicious chocolate. Step 8. Quality inspection, ensuring perfection. Before the beans go into the chocolate machines, they go through a final check. Expert tasters, called sensory analysts, taste a few beans to make sure they are good quality. This helps make sure only the best beans are used to make the chocolate we all love. Step 9. Crushing the cocoa beans. The next step in the process is to crush the beans using a machine called a winnower. This machine helps remove the outer shells of the beans, leaving behind the cocoa nibs, which are the key ingredient in making chocolate. The beans go through a series of rakes and screens that break apart the shells and remove any small bits. Once the shells are gone, all that's left are the nibs, which are the heart of the cocoa bean. Step 10. Roasting the nibs. Roasting is a key step in developing the perfect chocolate flavor. The cocoa nibs are roasted to bring out their rich, natural taste. This happens in a gas-heated, air-filled, spherical roaster. Roasting not only dries the nibs further, but also enhances their aroma, making it easier to separate the husks from the nibs. This is where the magic of chocolate flavor really begins to develop. Step 11. Blending the cocoa beans. After roasting, the cocoa nibs are blended to form the base for the chocolate. Beans from similar regions are often blended together to create a unique aroma. However, some manufacturers mix beans from different areas to develop special flavor profiles. At this stage, cocoa butter, sugar, and milk powder are added, especially for milk chocolate. The mixture becomes thick and smooth like cake batter, ready to move on to the next step in the chocolate making process. Step 12. Grinding and refining the mixture. Next, the cocoa mixture is finely ground to release the cocoa butter, which melts and creates a smooth paste. The ingredients are mixed well to ensure everything blends together evenly. Then the paste is passed through 5 rollers, which break the particles down even more. This refining process helps create chocolate that is smooth and has a consistent texture throughout. Step 13. Conching, the final touch. Conching is the final step to turn the chocolate paste into smooth, liquid chocolate. During this process, a machine called a conch is used to mix the chocolate and evenly spread cocoa butter throughout. The conch also polishes the chocolate, giving it that shiny, smooth finish. Conching helps reduce the acidity and water content, making the chocolate taste better. Sometimes extra cocoa butter is added to adjust the thickness, depending on the type of chocolate being made. Step 14. Tempering the chocolate. Tempering is the process where the liquid chocolate is carefully heated and cooled to the right temperature. This step helps the cocoa butter in the chocolate form the right crystals, giving the chocolate a smooth texture and glossy look. After tempering, the chocolate is poured into molds, cooled, and hardened into solid chocolate. This ensures the chocolate will snap perfectly when you break it and have a shiny finish. Step 15. Making praline chocolates. Now that the chocolate is solid, it's time to make pralines. Pralines are chocolates filled with tasty ingredients like roasted almonds, hazelnuts, or even creamy ganache. To make ganache, chocolate is blended with dairy or fruit to create a smooth, flavorful filling. These fillings are added to the chocolate, turning them into delicious treats like bonbons. It's the perfect way to create a sweet surprise inside every bite. Step 16. Coating and decorating the chocolates. The final step in making chocolate is coating and decorating it, to make it look as delightful as it tastes. For bonbons, the process begins with pouring melted chocolate into molds to form the outer shell. Once the chocolate cools and sets, a delicious filling, like creamy ganache or crunchy nuts, is carefully added to the center. Afterward, more layers of chocolate are poured over the filling, sealing it inside and creating a perfect, smooth coating. The chocolates are then decorated with beautiful designs, often using special tools to create intricate patterns, swirls, or colorful designs. This step is essential not only for the visual appeal, but also to make the chocolates feel like little works of art. Whether it's a simple truffle or a fancy praline, the final touches ensure that each piece is both a treat for the eyes and the taste buds, making it truly irresistible. And there you have it, the amazing journey of chocolate, from the cocoa tree to your favorite sweet treat. Isn't it incredible how so many careful steps go into making something we enjoy in just a few bites? Whether it's a simple chocolate bar or a fancy chocolate gift, now you know the story behind the flavor. Next time you enjoy a piece of chocolate, will you think about where it came from? Isn't it fun to learn how our favorite foods are made? If you loved this sweet journey, make sure to give us a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more tasty stories about the world of sweets.